Hey Super Buddies! So, Vane Fox has left a comment on my last video asking about my previous videos. If you're unfortunate enough to have watched my first couple of vlogs, as Vane Fox has done, and I apologize Vane Fox for having to sit through those first couple of vlogs because I just watched them recently and they're not very good. But in those first couple of vlogs I talked about the Super Leagues, the Super League that I was in, which at that current time it was Justice for Lambs. But I was trying to get into some other Super Leagues such as the Maximum League. And the reason why I wanted to get into the Maximum League was because there was a girl in the Maximum League and I wanted to get to know this girl and, you know, maybe go on dates or whatever. Maybe, you know, we would be perfect for each other. And if you watched my first video that I uploaded a couple weeks ago since I came back, and if you were patient enough to sit through that whole video, it was a really long video, and if you were patient enough to sit through that whole video, you would know there's another girl in the Super League, and she's only here for a short amount of time. She's kind of substituting for other superheroes. They come and go. And I'm not going to say what her name is or anything, just in case, you know, maybe she might be watching this video. But I was thinking about maybe trying to ask her out on a date, but we're not on the same level. I mean, like, she's up there with the superheroes. I'm on the same level as the janitor, basically. You know, like, I run errands, the janitor cleans toilets. Like, that's the level I'm at. Anyways, if you want to help me out with that, leave comments below. Now, what I really want to talk about today, there was a situation that I was in earlier this week. First, I'm going to tell you the situation, then I'm going to tell you probably what I could have done to get out of it. So basically, I'm walking down the street. And this street, I walk down it every single day. Like, there's nothing I could do about it. With the way my schedule works and everything, I have to walk down the street every single day. And then on the street, there's these hecklers. They're random people sitting there on the sidewalk, you know, and they're making fun of people as they walk down the street. Anyways, these guys are up to no good. So I'm walking down the street, and they're already starting to make fun of me. To avoid eye contact, I pull out my phone and, you know, of course, one thing you do to avoid eye contact, look at your phone and pretend to be texting or whatever. And they called me out on it. They're just like, hey, you don't have to text. And I was like, oh no, like, what am I gonna do? So instead of texting, I decided to put the phone up to my ear and I'm like, hey, how's it going? You know, like, pretend to be talking on the phone. Anyways, that's what happened to me. And I just, like, I felt like I was defeated. Like, some super villain just came out of nowhere and just punched me in the face, and I was down. So I've had some time to think about this. What I decided, what I'm going to do next time, because I walk down the street every day, the chances of me running into these guys again are pretty likely. Instead of avoiding eye contact, I'm going to walk up to them and pretend like I know them. And it doesn't matter if I know their names or not, or even if I know them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk up to them and I'm gonna say, hey Frank, how's it going? I haven't seen you since kindergarten. Their ultimate goal is to make me feel really awkward, and it worked. So what I'm gonna do is make them feel awkward. And I can't think of anything more awkward than approaching somebody that you haven't seen for 15 years. So I'm gonna go up to them and say, hey, I haven't seen you since kindergarten. And all of a sudden they're like, first off, my name isn't Frank. Number two, I have no idea who you are. And they were sitting in front of this house, which I assume they probably lived in this house. And so I could be like, hey, show me your house. And you start asking questions about the house. You're like, how much do you pay for rent on this house? Do you have any available rooms? Like, make it seem like I'm gonna live with them for a while. And make it as awkward as possible for them. And then you go in for the final blow. And this final blow is you say, I'm gonna send you a friend request on Facebook. And don't you ever try to ignore my friend request, because I know where your secret hangout place is. And make it so that they never wanna see your face ever again. So that way you kind of turn the tables. All of a sudden you're down here, you're like the super awkward kid. All of a sudden you're way up here and now they're feeling really awkward. And that's how you can defeat these supervillains that are trying to destroy your lives by making you feel like the lowest of the low. So there's my suggestions for today. So if you have any suggestions on how to avoid these awkward situations, leave a comment below because I'd really like to know more about your opinion on the situation. Remember, I tweet a different celebrity every Saturday, so if you want me to tweet a specific celebrity, let me know who you want me to tweet and what you want me to say to them. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you on Saturday.